Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony Arenas. I am the product specialist for this video. And today in this video we're going to go over the blending options in Photoshop. So blending options are a way for you to spice up a little bit of what's going on in your layer, just add a little bit of flair, add a little bit of change, or even just kind of dynamically change a little bit of different things that are happening going on. So prime example is adding a little bit of edge to your text or adding a little bit of a drop shadow. Those are some really cool stuff. So let's go ahead and start off with the actual text here. I have a hidden text here in the middle. You can barely see it probably. If I go into my blending options, I can actually go into here and go say, let's add a little bit of a bevel there. And we can add a little bit of a flare to the whole thing. So if I go into selecting bevel, I can actually change the way that sticks out. I can even reduce the depth of it, soften a little bit, change the angle of how the light is going to actually hit the bevel, and even reduce the highlight mode if I wanted to. So I have lots of options here to work with when it comes to different things, when it comes to the actual way of everything looks out. So once I have that set there, I can go ahead and hit OK. And I have my actual set here. At any time, majority of the time, you can actually click on this right here. Here's where you have a lot of your blending modes already, or not blending modes, but blending options already activated. So if I double click onto here, I will bring that option up and I can actually make the changes that I want to. So if I wanted to change it a little bit, I can see that live happen there. Other things that we can do is we can also add in a bit of a stroke to a lot of our edges, different styles of strokes. A inner shadow if I wanted to. I could do a outer glow, which I can add a little bit of a color to the edge. So let's say I'll click on outer glow and you can see what we're talking about here. We can do a little bit of an edge here. We can reduce that a little bit. Let's change that from blue. Let's go to more of a gray tone, a softer gray tone. Let's go a little bit darker. Just to keep in the main time of doing something hidden. Anyways, we have that option there. We can add a little bit of a noise if you want to, spread it out just a smidge, just the sizing. So you have that ability here through a lot of different things. My main suggestion here, like with any other Adobe product, is just try to test it out. Another famous one that a lot of people go for is the drop shadow. Drop shadow works just as well as anything else. You can pick the angles that you want to, how far you want it to zoom out, the spread as well. So like you can see how far that's going to spread out and everything else. And then opacity just to reduce everything going on there. All right, so that's pretty much the blending options when it comes to layering and in Photoshop. Again, this is one of those things that you can add a little bit of flair to it, punch it up. If done correctly, you can really add some really fantastic effects into the product or the end product, I should say. And you can see how all of that plays in with your things. Again, just experiment, have a good time, try it out, and see what goes from there. Okay, so this has been Tony Arenas, and this has been the blending options in Photoshop.